What's going on, everybody? Today is Thursday, July 9th, and I have not taken a trade today. I actually haven't taken a trade this whole week, and the last one I took was over 2 weeks ago. And matter of fact, I've taken probably 2 trades in the last 2 weeks, one of them being break even and one of them being a loss. Now, it feels weird. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely feels weird, but market conditions, in my eyes, have not been good. So I've been staying very, very, very patient, and I just wanted to make this video kind of like speaking on patience, and just like kind of catching up. So I heard something yesterday. Someone said, as a trader, don't think of yourself as a trader. Think of yourself as a risk manager. So, do you come into everyday trading thinking, oh, I'm going to make so much money today, I need to take a trade and I need it to win? Or do you come in thinking, okay, if my setup presents itself, if it looks good, A plus, and it looks good enough, I'm going to take it. Lose or win, I'm done for the day. And you just ask yourself, which one of those people are you? Because if you're just coming into the day thinking you need to take a trade, you need to make money, then in the long term, that's just going to kill you. If you take a loss, you're going to feel so hard on yourself, and you're really just looking for wins to validate yourself. And it really can't be that way. My hair's pissing me off right now, bro. What's going on? All right, whatever. But it is so important to stay patient. And it honestly turns into a skill. If you can't master the skill of being patient and sitting on your hands, identifying when you should trade and when you should not trade, no matter what, then you're not going to make it in trading. Now, I'm not saying I have made it, but I know these things are true because these are the things that have led me to find the most progress in my journey. Now, these past 2-3 weeks, they're really just a part of trading. Like, it's just a period of time where market conditions aren't as good, and I'm just not really finding good setups, so I'm not really trading. But I feel like what separates profitable traders from non-profitable traders is being able to identify these periods of time and being able to hold back. Like, you're not doing something wrong by not trading. You're doing something right. You're doing the complete opposite, because you're identifying that, okay, I really shouldn't be trading right now. These conditions suck. And you're just not trading because you know you shouldn't be. And that's good. Stop looking for wins to validate yourself. Stay patient and just wait for your setup to present itself. That's where you have the positive win rate, and that is how you will long term become profitable. Now, the one loss I took in this past 3 weeks was a continuation long, kind of internal structure, but for the most part, we already moved 700 points and took, I think it was Asia high, which was the overall draw for the day for longs. So we already took that draw, but then we generated some liquidity, tapped back into a bullish 5-minute gap, and got an inverse to the upside. So honestly, it wasn't a terrible trade. But with that being said, it was late in the session, and we already took the main draw. So I definitely should have faded that. But that was really a mental mistake, because at that time, I was so frustrated with these market conditions, so frustrated with getting edged on every potential setup and just not seeing anything, that I took the trade because I wanted to. I really shouldn't have. If you're thinking systematically and logically instead of emotionally, if I was doing that, I would not have taken that trade. But right after I took that loss, I realized I was not thinking logically. And after that, I have not taken a trade since, not because I'm scared, but because I'm identifying this terrible price action, bro. It is so bad. At least in my eyes. Like for me, I'm seeing no set. Like it just sucks. Low probability. Maybe some of you guys are taking good trades, printing with a different strategy. But for me personally, my strategy, this shit sucks, bro. This shit is so bad. But as I said, that is part of trading. Now, with patience, you should be just sitting on your hands, waiting for your setup to present itself. If it's A plus, you take it. And if it's not A plus, you don't. It's genuinely simple as that. Now, I want to show you guys what I always try to remind myself. I have a lot of stuff written in my notes just to like reread every now and again. Sometimes before market open, I'll try to read this stuff. I have relax, zoom out. There's no rush. Just focus on taking A plus setups and letting them run out. Do not close them early. It either hits your take profit, stop loss, or break even. That's it. Those are the three options. If it does anything else, you're not trading, you're gambling. Build the scenarios in your head before they happen so you can identify any invalidations and whether or not it is a good trade to be entering. Now, you don't like have to like 100% make it in your head, but like for me, I feel like building these scenarios in your head, like, okay, if we do this, tap into this 5 minute, get this inverse, I'm in there. And then if something else happens, you're like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes you can like adapt and react really well to that. And you don't have to have the scenario pre-built in your head. But I don't think there's a better feeling than making it in your head. It presents itself, you take it, and it hits. And you're just like, damn, I'm him. Focus on the facts, like what's really happening versus what you want to see happen. Don't trade based off what you want to see happen. Trade based off what is really happening. And seriously, just trust probability and look at the long-term big picture, because profitability includes losses. All these good traders that have made a lot of money, they take losses too. So if you take a loss, don't tweak out. It's part of it. If you followed your strategy, followed your rules, you're fine. Sometimes there will be like reasons why that trade failed. There's always going to be a reason why that trade failed. That doesn't mean you did something wrong though. Not exactly. As long as you're following your rules, you are good. Just don't always look for a reason. Just think, okay, that had to happen. I had to rebalance the statistic. That loss had to happen. You know what I'm saying? And always trade for tomorrow. Like if today's ass and you just want to make money, that's probably a sign that you should hop off, as much as it might hurt. And now I also have another thing of notes. I read this a lot before market open. I'm not going to lie. It's stay patient and accept the risks. You'll win some and lose some. Today might be a losing day, and that's okay. Just execute. Don't rush the outcome. That only pushes it back more. Don't rush the outcome. What's the outcome that you want? You want to make a lot of money. You want to be free. You want to buy a car. You want to buy a house. Whatever it is, that is the outcome. And if you are forcing trades, you are rushing that outcome. And if you're rushing that outcome by forcing trades, you're losing, which is pushing you back more. So if you just follow your system, and that is it, that is how you will long-term see the outcome. And it's also important to tell yourself, today might be a losing day, and that is okay. So if you take a loss, you don't tweak out and revenge trade and do even worse and blow even more. Now, this one's just in general. Let me find it. Genuinely, stop worrying about what you cannot control. If something is out of your control, then it's out of your control. You cannot do anything about it. Just focus on what you can control. What can you control? Your actions. You can control laziness. Like, okay, am I going to get up and go to the gym today, or am I going to sit on the couch? Like, no, go to the gym, bro. Stop being a bitch. Am I going to eat this apple? Am I going to eat all these healthy foods, or am I going to eat this goy slop? Like, bro, You are fully in control of yourself. Focus on what you can control. Don't focus on what you cannot control. And there are some things that you cannot control. Like, say you enter a position and then your copy trader bugs out and it either stops you out or doesn't enter it on other accounts. There's nothing you can do about it. That's out of your control. So don't tweak out and don't let it change your actions. Just accept it. Staying patient and disciplined and just trying to be the best version of yourself is genuinely a cheat code to being profitable. Now, I can't lie. It has been kind of hard the past 2 weeks. Not like actually hard, but like mentally. Like, it is kind of draining sitting on these charts and just watching it be ass. But like I said, that's part of the game. Now, today was kind of interesting. I want to show you guys what I saw today. Just a little recap. I really hope it cleans up. Today kind of felt a little bit better than it has been just because of certain stuff. So I just want to show you guys what I saw on this 930 setup. A lot of you guys may be taking it, maybe just know what I'm talking about. But I want to show you how beautiful this was because it kind of hurt my soul not getting an entry. So on the higher time frame, 4 hour, we have this unfilled gap above. So that's a pretty nice draw. We're also trending bullish for the past day or two. Now, zooming in on the 1 hour time frame, we have there's an unfilled 1 hour gap. Yeah, right here. So unfilled 1 hour. I think there was something a little higher. Oh, no. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tweaked. This was the unfilled 1 hour that I'm talking about. So we have this one unfilled 1 hour below and this unfilled 4 hour above, as well as like Asia low, London low, whatever it is. But yeah, so we have that. This 15-minute intermediate low. And then zooming in, pre-market accumulation. So obviously pre-market, what am I thinking? I want to see accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Either way. But longs in this case did seem better because we have this unfilled 1 hour below. We're trending up. And we have this unfilled 4 hour above. So it is really picture perfect. So what happens when market opens? We go all the way down into this 1 minute gap, or 1 hour gap, sorry. But this wick just wicks through what would be this gap right here. Now, I don't know if this is market makers fucking with us or if it's just the terrible price action, but this wick is actually so annoying because say we had a gap here, then it would just be so beautiful to inverse, but we don't have a gap. Now, then I was like, okay, maybe this 2 minute will open up, but by then we already get this, which would have been a beautiful inverse. Now, let's say this was an inverse, I would be so happy because I would take a long up to either here or maybe all the way up to this unfilled 4 hour, and my stop would be right at that low, maybe even at these wicks, at the body. Because this low is very protected. We manipulated into it 930, get an inverse out of this. This is literally A plus patty swing, bro. We just don't have an inverse, so I can't enter. So I'm really pissed off at this point. Maybe you could have entered super late on this change in the state, but at that point, your stop is so big and it's just a terrible trade. But this shit would have played out. This is literally beautiful. This is exactly what I wanted to see happen. We just didn't have a gap to inverse. Bro, that is so annoying. But, whatever, bro, I guess. Such a beautiful trade. Such a beautiful trade. Now, also later in this session, there was another trade I was looking at potentially taking that I did not take. let's see. So we tap into this 15-minute right here after being pretty bearish and leaving, what was this? Leaving London low below. So we left London low below. We also had this little swing low. Tap into this 15-minute. And then eventually we have all this accumulation. And this was going to be the trade. Now we inverse this 2-minute gap. I would have taken it for a 1-to-1. Probably would have had my stop right there, to be honest. But it would have played out. And the reason I didn't take this trade is because, one, we were just like super wicky, kind of choppy. And I just didn't want to enter a trade this late in the session. Like, I kind of felt like my brain was starting to shut off. So I wasn't in like the best mental state to take a trade. And that's part of being patient. Like, yes, it kind of hurt because it played out and I didn't take it. But that's part of trading. Like, if you're identifying a problem, my problem was I mentally don't think I'm in the right mind space to take a trade right now. So I didn't take the trade. Now, it would have played out, yeah, but if it lost, I would be super mad because I would have thought to myself, what am I doing? So if you ask yourself before you enter a trade, would I be mad if this fails? Then you probably shouldn't take the trade. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a like, subscribe, follow my TikTok. Link in the description for my Discord, completely free. All that good stuff. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. I would love to see price clean up, start printing, start taking some fire trades. But for now, we're staying patient. We're doing the right thing, as painful as it might be. So I wish you boys the best of luck. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.